We just started off running in the third quarter and played our game.
Yeah, you got the opportunity to hit big free throw. You wanted the ball. The ball in your hands. And what was your mindset going to the free throw line?
I showed me both of them.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
I just wanted to get it. Coach wanted me to get the ball, so I was like, "Jazz, got the ball, I'm gonna get it."
Yeah. This team has overcome a lot of adversity. You played in a tough conference this year. How did that prepare you for this game today?
Yeah, the ACC, I mean, every night you're going to show up against an opponent, and it's a big-time opponent. So I think that just helped us, prepared us. We knew that we had to bring our defense, and that's what we did to adjust in the second half.
Yeah, give us your thoughts. Okay, now you play Indiana in front of this big crowd.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Coach Gary, and today we've got the women's tournament going on. Just watched a little bit of Miami. Miami squeaked by beating Florida Gulf Coast, I think it was. Actually, that wasn't Florida Gulf Coast. It was Oklahoma State. They defeated. I think they said Miami was down by 17 at half and came all the way back to win this game. So they survived just like the men's team did last night. They survived. And so now we're going to be looking at the women's Carolina team. They are going to be going up against St. John's. If they haven't already started, haven't started. Still got about 10 minutes and 50 seconds to go. It says tip-off is going to be at 4 o'clock, but I guess they pushed it back a little bit. So I'm on kind of early, which is fine to make sure I got everything copacetic here, as my brother used to say. There it is. Let me stand up and walk around.
5.3 left. Miami inbounding. And Monica.
Oh, yeah.
Not only was that a quick 5
So everything's cool here. So I guess it's sort of like a little pregame. Don't know a whole lot about St. John's.
Tremendous comeback from Miami, though, because they looked a little like that.
Let's see if I can find out some things. Their record is just a little bit better than North Carolina's. 23-8. Carolina's 21-10. Although Carolina is the 6th seed and St. John's, the Red Storm, is 11.
So that was real tough, but they escaped it. They did a great job in overcoming that 17-point deficit. You guys mentioned the 17-point deficit, as we've heard of the broadcast crew, tied for the 5th largest.
Not going to read this to you, but
the largest comeback for Miami this season, down 17 at 1.
I think Carolina ended up losing their last game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, to Duke, 44-40. They played a pretty good game there, But yeah, they have drawn, or North Carolina has drawn them. This is what the women's bracket is looking like so far. South Carolina had Norfolk State, and HBCU. Norfolk State, who was number 1, if I'm not mistaken, won the national championship last year. So yeah, they took out Norfolk State, and then South Florida beat Marquette. So that's who South Carolina will be playing. Not a whole lot of games have been played so far. Creighton and Mississippi. Mississippi beat Creighton with no problem, and Notre Dame, who was who was number 1 in the ACC conference at one point, beat Southern Utah, who was number 14. So it's going to be Mississippi State and Notre Dame. Arizona defeated West Virginia, and Maryland defeated Holy Cross. Holy Cross, who was number 15, the 15th seed. So it's going to be Arizona and Maryland. Going on down here, we got Stanford. They played Sacred Heart. Stanford won that one. Ole Miss against Gonzaga. Gonzaga was a 9 seed. That's one of those what they call a trap game. You never know which team's going to win that one. But yeah, Ole Miss won that one easily. So it's going to be Stanford and Ole Miss. Huh? Louisville. Yeah, Louisville is in it. I'd like to see them play. They're going to be playing at 7:30. East Carolina, not too far down the road. Well, few hours down the road. It's going to be playing Texas. East Carolina squeaked in there at number 13. Duke's going to be playing Iona. So then you have Florida State. The Florida State lost to Georgia, and Iowa beat Southeast Louisiana. So it's going to be Georgia and Iowa. Then you got the first four of those games took place earlier in Greenville and Seattle. That was, the Sacred Heart teams. Those teams worked their way into the tournament. And to actually, St. John's did the same thing. Worked their way into the tournament right there by beating Purdue by a bucket. Ohio State beat James Madison. James Madison got in at 14. And so Ohio State is just waiting the winner of North Carolina and St. John's. Ohio State is number 3. Carolina is number 6. So we're looking for Carolina to at least to win this one. And then it's going to be a good one between North Carolina and Ohio State in that matchup. Going on up, you can see here, still got a few ACC teams in it. Virginia Tech is going to be playing South Dakota State. Princeton and Utah. Michigan and LSU. Miami just won. Just survived Oklahoma. That's another one of those trap games, number 9 and number 8. Miami hung on, so they will be taking on Indiana. Indiana is the number 1 seed. All right, so that's how that shapes up. Well, that's how the bracket shapes up. So here shortly, we're going to get this game underway. Hopefully they'll I'll have the court graphic there that we can see throughout the game. And hope you guys come back and join me. And if you do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. All right, so we'll be on here shortly. All right, here we go. St. John's gets it first. 2 shots at the basket are missed. Deja Kelly comes down, gets it to Hodgson. Deja Kelly, I think this is Utsby, gets into the lane, squares up, and she's going to be called for a 3-second call.
Has some swarming defense on the interior early on, leaving people some size inside.
Oh, I don't like this.
Starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. This is the same starting lineup for St. John's that they used in all but 1 game.
Of course, something is going to go on.
Double team. It is ripped away by Hodgson.
I don't know what it is.
On Peoples.
All right, hang on just a second. Looking like a ghost right here.
Let's take a look at the Capital One lineups for North Carolina. And Deja Kelly, who's an aspiring broadcaster, broke this game down for us.
The keys to win for the Tar Heels today would be to get out in transition. I think stops to scores. I think getting a lot of defensive stops, forcing turnovers, and then getting out and running and scoring in transition, I think will definitely be a key factor for the Tar Heels. I think just us being disruptive defensively, kind of taking them out of their rhythm, being able to get in lanes, forcing them to take tough shots. I think that's something
all right, looks a little better.
Something that'll lead us to victory. And then obviously on the offensive end, I think
put my Carolina shirt on, maybe taking this off.
Cutting to the basket, getting good looks for each other.
Later.
That'll definitely help us win.
But anyway, Carolina gets on the board first.
Deja Kelly just scored the first bucket of the game.
By Deja Kelly.
That's what the Tar Heels need to do to win. How about St. John's? What does St. John's need to do, Kim?
Well, St. John's, both of these teams.
St. John's moving the ball around with the little weave action. Shot missed. Hodgins finds to kick to Shinjay. I'll never be able to get her name right. I gotta make sure I say her name right also. That's probably not even her.
Excellent pass from Hodgson to pull the Tar Heels.
To pull. That was actually pull.
Carolina has been off for 15 days.
Ball is that was intended for a number of 20 people, but actually thrown out of bounds. People didn't follow through with the cut. Carolina leading.
Well warmed up for this one as they have that thriller on Thursday against Purdue. Coach Tartamella has taken St. John's to their first 20 wins.
Deja Kelly gets the ball back from Hodgson. Deja Kelly shoots up a air ball, and it is rebounded by Todd Williams. She puts it in. Carolina is up by 6. Ball kicked out. Number 30 for 3. Misses it. That would have been Peebles.
They made 11 threes against Purdue. Haven't found that success here in the first 3 minutes.
Actually, that was Bailey and not Peebles.
Kelly on the drive, misses. Peebles got the offensive
Peebles
rebound.
with the rebound. Kicks it out. Almost stolen.
Down to 2.
2 seconds on the clock. Number 4, who is Everett, shoots a long shot. Ball is thrown up the court to Deja Kelly, who scores again. There's a score right there. And I'll be changing my score here shortly.
North Carolina in their 30th NCAA tournament.
Bailey picks the ball up. Now they find Everett. Everett shoots again. Tough shot. Rebound.
St. John's has started
Pool.
this game 0 for 9.
And Carolina throws the ball out of bounds. I think that pass was intended for Utsby.
Was a big star on Thursday into the lineup for the first time for St. John's. Well, Courtney Banghart in her 4th season after taking over at North Carolina has brought the Tar Heels into the NCAA tournament every season. She's been the head coach in Chapel Hill.
The score is 8-0 right now. 6 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Number 1 off shot, but rebounds. Peoples kicks it back out. Another long 3, and St. John's gets on the board.
11 threes on Thursday, makes their first today.
Yeah, that'll get it
And they said, who was that, number 1, Unique, excuse me, Drake, they need to get on her. She had 11 threes. I don't know if she actually had 11 threes or if that was for the whole team. Ty Williams with the pass from Poole, waiting on the screen set, picks up her dribble. Tried to get that to Utsby. Actually, I think she meant for that pass to go to Kelly, and Utsby intercepted it. It was tied up by St. John's. Coach bang hard on the sideline. Williams.
With all the great coaching in the ACC, no other ACC coach can claim that.
Tried to get that ball in. It was a whistle was blown.
We could probably do a whole show on Courtney, just the things she's done.
Another thing I want to look at too is see where what these Duke Blue Devils are doing in the men's tournament here. We'll check that out on our first dead ball. Hodgson gets it in. Todd Williams. Utsby with it now. She drives. Left hand layup is good. And it's Usby's birthday. Happy birthday, Usby. Reed brings the ball down. Offensive foul was not called. I guess it wasn't. Everett swings it over to, that was Drake. Drake misses the jumper. Now Deja Kelly comes down, having trouble handling the ball. Pulls up with in the lane and swishes that one. And St. John's has to call a timeout. Carolina scoring too easy right now. It's 12-3 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you hit that like button. We got our first timeout.
The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
All right, real quickly here for St. John's. It is Reed with the jumper for 3 points for North Carolina. Poole, Todd Williams, Utsby all have 2 points, and Deja Kelly has 6. All right, let's see. Men's tournament across the top. Oh, Duke. With 12 minutes and 34 seconds left in the game, Duke down 33-41 to the Tennessee Vols. And as we thought would happen, Furman knocks off Virginia, and then they lose horribly to number 5 San Diego State, 75-52. Princeton is going to be playing Missouri at 6:10. We'll see what they do. They're number 15, and I'm expecting the same thing should happen to them. You know, you have that one game where you shoot lights out, and the other team may not be taking you as seriously as possible, as seriously as they should, and then they can't pick it up in the game and you win. But then you go back that next game feeling good about yourself, and you just, you know, you're brought back to reality, I guess. But good job to Furman for beating Virginia, and then we'll see what Princeton does later on today. Duke now it's 35-41. Once again, Duke is number 5. Tennessee is number 4. One of those little trap games right there. You never know who's going to win. That could go to either one of the teams. I will give it to Duke, although I'm a Carolina fan. Duke did a good job to get there and played a very good game on their first game a couple of days ago.
Combined for 36 points in the win against Purdue here on Thursday night. Neither has scored so far today in the first 5 minutes of play.
Yeah, and you see those 3-point numbers. They combined for 7 of St. John's 11 makes from deep. So far, St. John's has not been able to generate much offense, just 1 of 12 from the floor. These women are well marked. UNC was here in person scouting. So far they have been all over the St. John Stars defensively.
Joe Tartamella's team, that was just an incredible performance Thursday. They made 24 total field goals, 11 were three-pointers. That was just incredible.
Yeah, that was a
Has
team.
kept St. John's from doing that to start this game. St. John's looking for a bucket. This is Patterson who checked in on the timeout. Everett, 5 on the shot clock. Through the double team. That's a tough pass.
Drive.
So that is a nice catch. And then the miss. Here's Archer with a follow. Bailey.
And
third shot of the possession. It finally goes.
I think that was Bailey. Finally with the score for St. John's. Hodgson handling the ball, gets it to Todd Williams. She throws it down into a crowd to Utsby. Drives, can't finish. Rebound, Patterson. She gets it to Drake, back to Patterson. Long three is good. And that is by Everett. And just like that, St. John's is right back in it. Utsby with the ball, finds Kelly coming off the low screen. She finds Poole, can't handle it. Gets it to Todd Williams. Squares up, left-hand shot, no good. But it will stay with North Carolina down here. All right, so now St. John's has awakened. And it looks like it's going to be a game. But we have another timeout.
UNC up 4 here early in Columbus.
All right, thank you everybody for being here, for hanging out. For those who stopped by and leave a message on the chat, I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And nothing else, hit that like button. All right, don't have a whole lot of information yet here for the team stats, but right now Carolina shooting 54.5% to St. John's. Red Storm 18, might as well say 19%. They have hit 2 threes, keeping them in it though. Carolina hasn't hit any. Nobody's been to the free throw line yet. Carolina has a slight edge out rebounding. There's your assists, your steals, your turnovers. Carolina has 3 turnovers. And the first time I was called by St. John's because Carolina was up, I think, it was 12-3. And after a timeout, it's been all Red Storm.
The Tartamella 4, and they are at every practice, press conference. They've been playing hide and seek in the arena. It has been so much fun to have that feeling of normalcy here in this environment. And what a job their husband and dad have done. Joe Tartamella, the Big East Coach of the Year, orchestrating demonstrated the ninth best turnaround.
All right, 3 minutes, 28 seconds left in the first quarter.
By a win over UConn.
Yeah, it's been a
Carolina came out hitting everything, getting to where they wanted with no problem, but now the Red Storm has awakened, but Carolina has it on their end of the court right now. Todd Williams picks up her dribble and almost a turnover, but Poole gets it. They get it back to Deja Kelly with 5 seconds to shoot. She tried to pull up at the free throw line. Defense by the Red Storm turns Carolina over again. That is turnover number 4, keeping the Red Storm in the game. And the defense has definitely picked up for the Red Storm. Patterson takes the ball out, gets it to Drake. This is a team that hit 11 three-pointers on their last game. They beat Purdue, if I'm not mistaken. Drake gets it to Patterson. Patterson hands that off to Everett. Everett for the jumper and rattles this one in. And the Red Storm have settled completely down now. It's a 2-point game. Carolina brings it down. Paula Paris in the game. Hodgson shoots a 3, and she puts it in. Hodgson. 15 to 10 is the score. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Drake picked up her dribble, but she was able to get that to Patterson. Patterson drives, and that ball is going to be out of bounds to St. John's. Hey, St. John's is no pushover. They got some length out there on the court. Length and athletic ability. Carolina's going to have to be on their game to win this one. All right, Red Storm take the ball out on their own basket. Ball's into Patterson. Now Archer finds the cutting Everett. Was that Everett? No, that was Bailey. Bailey missed the layup though. Paris finds Adam, who's out there. Now back to Paris. Deja Kelly pulls up. Jumper is off. Rebound by Adams. And Usby shoots. And she scores. Had to get that one over the defender. Carolina 17, St. John's 10 with 1 minute and 28 seconds on the clock. Drake hands that to Patterson. Patterson. Long 3 by Everett. Everett for 3. What a shot. Now down on the other end, Utsby slows down. They find Deja Kelly. Deja Kelly drives, throws up a floater. That's good. Carolina just able to stay ahead of St. John's, but St. John's looks like they have found their groove. And they're slowing it down. Peebles with the ball. Gets it to number 3, Patterson. They try to hand that to Everett. Almost thrown away. Now number 3 again. That was Patterson. Took a shot, missed it. But there's a foul called on Carolina.
Blood clots in her lung for Tennessee, but is expected to come back.
And that was called on Keith, number 13.
Approaching the end of this opening quarter.
So the Red Storm keep it on their end. They find number 4, who is Everett. Everett skip pass over to Drake. She drives in, throws it up, and puts it in. Carolina better wake up. These girls are here to play. 15 to 19. Looks like Carolina's going to take the last shot of the quarter. Deja Kelly holds it out, being guarded by Peebles. Now she drives left. 8 seconds left to shoot, and she's fouled up top. That's a foul on Patterson. That's the other thing we'll check out, see if there's anybody in foul trouble. Shouldn't be, because nobody is going to the free throw line yet. I think that one right there was on the floor.
First on Patterson, Mimi Reed gonna replace Everett.
6.1 seconds left in the quarter.
6.1 seconds left in the quarter.
Harris throws it in. Adams, no one to pass it to. Now she finds someone. She should have shot that one. McPherson shot doesn't go down. I think that was the first time I've seen McPherson in the game today. Number 13 was out there, Key. All right, so we have another timeout. That's the end of the first quarter. Carolina up by 4, 15-19. Let's go ahead and rename this to SJ, and they have 15.
Can Degree Advanced pass the t-shirt challenge? Let's see if Joel gets any sweat marks. Unbeatable non-stop protection, tested to the limit. Final score? Still drying for
and it's 15-19.
72-hour non-stop protection.
You'd do anything to give her everything. We'll help guide you every step of the way.
All right, once again, thank you guys for being here, for hanging out. Yeah, I know this is the women's tournament. Everybody's more interested in the men's tournament, but the Tar Heels are playing, so I thought I'd stream this one. Duke is trailing Tennessee 44-51. Can't quite seem to get over that hump. But they still have 7 minutes and 24 seconds to make something happen.
Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
It just keeps getting worse. The crack keeps growing. Is it window tip?
This must be very close case. Almost no one connects that these are telltale signs that water is shifting in foundation. It's okay. You got it.
Oh, this is going wrong in this house.
Okay.
The effective water can be suppressed. But at Tar Heel Basement Systems, we'll do a complete home inspection for free, so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
North Carolina leading St. John's 19-15 at the end of the first quarter. It's Ramsey's trying to get the Heels fired up. And the Tar Heels, a number 6 seed this year. If they win this game, it would be their 50th.
St. John's coming out of that timeout in a 2-3 zone, something we saw them work a little bit on yesterday. Joe Tartamellis says we haven't really gone to a zone much this season, but we want this North Carolina team to beat us from the outside.
Drake probing, swatted away, good denial defense by Kelly. And Kelly is fouled by Drake.
And there's that defensive pressure, that electricity on this end of the floor is what really fuels their offense much of the time as well.
North Carolina this year with 6 wins over ranked teams. 2 were in the top 5 when they won, including Iowa State and Notre Dame. Kelly faked the handoff, got her shot blocked, and saved by Reed. Good defense by St. John's.
Yeah, that had to have been a focus in the timeout between quarters. Kelly was off to a hot start. Much better contest there from Everett.
4 turnovers on the Tar Heels, who are maintaining a 4-point lead for the moment. Winner meets Ohio State on Monday. Ohio State just beating James Madison today. Shot clock under 6. Bailey to Everett, and Everett misses this. Peoples, shot clock expires. Peoples grabbing that rebound. She's actually got more rebounds this year than she does field goals. She is a rebounding machine.
Yeah, St. John's really has 2 of them. And Peoples and Jillian Archer both averaging about 8 or 9 boards per game. 2 traditional bigs inside for St. John's.
Key calling for it above the free throw line, and Paris comes in to scoop it up. McPherson, that pass denied by Everett. Now St. John's doing such a good job keeping the Tar Heels away from the rim. And Reed is fouled by Paris.
Yeah, and it's interesting to think of the counter side, because we're seeing St. John's come out in this 2-3 zone. It's probably something that UNC didn't see from them on film, because they haven't done it all year. So this may be catching the Tar Heels off guard a little bit.
Joe Tardinello, the Big East Coach of the Year, as the Tar Heels make some substitutions. North Carolina already going deep in their bench right now. They've played 10 players.
And sometimes that's a silver lining of having some players out of the lineup for extended time throughout the regular season, because other players get opportunities, get more confidence.
Reed's free throw is good. The NCAA Women's Championship continues tomorrow with second-round games and continues through Sunday, April 2nd, when we crown a champion. All the games on the ESPN family of networks. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Reed, a 78% free throw shooter, knocks it down. And the lead now for North Carolina has been reduced to 2 as Usby checks back into the Tar Heel lineup along with Hodgson.
And now seeing some full court pressure. Time for the Red Storm, little 2-2-1.
Carolina beats it easily. Jason Kelly with it now. Gets it to Usby. Skip pass. Todd Williams finds Usby again. Should have been ready to shoot it. Finally does. And it's good.
The 2-3 zone. That free throw line area, the Big Ten logo area, is going to be open against that 2-3 zone.
Extends the Tar Heel lead back out to 4. Bailey probing that defense. Reed gets the pass out to Everett. And Everett had that knocked away in midair, and the Tar Heels on the run. Kelly.
Todd Williams, turnover.
Down low to Key, and Key wasn't ready for it. Another Tar Heel turnover.
Now, it's a frustrating one. You had the numbers in transition, try to do a little bit too much, get a little too fancy.
6 North Carolina turnovers, and St. John's has converted those into 7 points. It's going to stay with St. John's.
Not the smartest pass there from Jillian Archer. Raven Peoples was really double teamed inside. She tries to lob it in, but they get the benefit of keeping the possession.
Anya Poole back in the game. Key goes out. Everett with the take. And a foul on Poole as Archer tried to go around her. Second team foul, first on Poole. It'll just be out of bounds for St. John's.
6 minutes, 53 seconds. Left before halftime.
Got a lot of headlines in the process, the way that game ended with the game winner by Everett. Coach said his phone was blowing up. Shot clock is down to 5. 3.
Bailey throws it up. Bank shot is good.
She actually made the shot.
But I think there was an illegal screen set.
You got to keep her in front, stay tight to her.
So the score will remain 17-21. 6 minutes and 34 seconds left on the clock. Bailey goes out.
Off of a turnover, and
who takes her place?
One of the best in the country in forcing turnovers. As you pointed out at the start, they force 19 a game. Usually get a lot of points off those turnovers.
Usby with the ball at the free throw line again. She shoots another one. Misses this time. Rebound Everett. Outlets that to number 2, who almost carried the ball. That was Reed. Still has the ball in her hand now. Todd Williams playing good defense, but looks like she's going to be reaching. She's going to reach and get a foul. She gets rid of the ball. Number 20 picks it up, gets it back to Reed. Reed hands this to Drake. Drake fakes, pulls up, jumper is good.
Not much was going for that
Good ball movement right there in that possession. Deja Kelly brings it down. 19-21 is the score. Deja Kelly goes left, nothing there. Nobody cutting. Looking similar to the boys' basketball team. Deja Kelly shoots a jumper. No good. Rebound. Peebles. Reed walks it across the timeline.
St. John's a very disciplined team when it comes to getting in their offense. They glance over to Coach.
Wants to get it to Everett. She's been guarded by Hodgson.
The shot clock hasn't reset.
And Hodgson knocks it into the backcourt, but she can't get to it. So it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, this is where you go to a play on a buzzer.
Goes out of bounds back to St. John's, but St. John's, since the shot clock didn't reset, only has 3 seconds to shoot the ball. So they have to go the length of the court.
St. John's has to go the length of the floor.
Oh, you foul. Come on. I knew you were going to call it. Oh, actually, that was close. That was close. I thought Hodgson was going to get called for the foul. And I think Reed drills the ball out of bounds. So Carolina gets the ball back.
That scenario doesn't happen very often.
5 minutes and 2 seconds left.
Yeah, on the other side of the floor with 3 on the shot
Usby gets it into Kelly. David Kelly dribbles over to the left side. Looks like a little weave action there. They get it back to Deja. Now they find Usby. Poole for the shot. Misses. Usby gets on the ground.
Jump ball, and it will go to St. John's.
It's tied up, but this is going to St. John's.
Timeout on the floor, 4:43 left in the second.
Yeah, it looked like this was going to be a breeze for the Tar Heels there for a minute there at the beginning of the game, but the St. John's Red Storm, I want to call them Red Flame, Red Storm has come to play.
You know, you could use active armor. It comes with AT&T. Really?
And they're only down by 2.
Yeah, protection is key out here.
Magnus loves company. Connect securely with AT&T Active Armor. AT&T customers can download for free. You put your dreams on hold.
So we have yet another timeout.
Remember this? Now I spoke to our advisor, and our Vanguard investments are on track.
All right, for St. John's, Everett has 8 points. Bailey has 2. Reed has 5. And Drake has 4. And Drake off the bench. Didn't think she was off the bench, but she has 4 points. For North Carolina, Poole, Todd Williams, both have 2 points. Utsby has 6, Deja Kelly has 8, and Hodgins has 3. Once again, Carolina started off doing very well. Had a lead of what was it, 8? Had a lead of 9, I think. Yeah, it was 3-12. And after that, and then a timeout was called by St. John's, and after that, St. John's has come out and has gotten all the way back into this game. They have not led, but they've been as close as 2, which is what they have right now. And over in the men's side of the tournament, on CBS, Duke is down by 9 to Tennessee with only 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. Yeah, I would have bet that Duke would at least get to the Sweet 16 the way they've been playing. And it's not over yet, but boy, it's gonna be it's a tough climb right here with 2 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. All right, with all that said, we are back. This is the women's tournament. Bailey with the ball, doesn't want to give it up, doesn't give it up, shoots it, misses it. Todd Williams with the rebound, gets it to Utsby. Utsby hands it to Deja Kelly. Back to Williams. Todd Williams behind the back, too much. She gets it back to Kelly. 15 seconds to shoot. Williams with a long 3, and she hits it. Didn't know she had that in her. Carolina needed it though. 24-19 is the score. St. John's brings it down. This is Reed. Hands it to Bailey. Back to Bailey. Now Everett shoots a 3. Deja Kelly with the rebound. Pushing it up the court. Finds Utsby down on the block. Nobody else cutting. Utsby says, let me take it. Left hand layup, no good. Rebound, Peebles. She's going to have at least 20 rebounds today. Reed brings it down on the right side. Now she sets it back up. She's standing on the Ohio State logo. Whoever wins this one will be playing Ohio State. Ohio State will be playing at home. Bailey with the ball now. Screen turned down by Peebles. Bailey still dribbling. Now she picks up her dribble, finds Peebles. Bailey wants to go to the basket. 1 second to shoot, and it's not going to work. There has been about 3 or 4 shot clock violations by these two teams put together. St. John's trailing 19-24. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left before halftime. Deja Kelly walks up the court, comes across the Ohio State logo, and she goes right. Thought about pulling up, gets it to Utsby for a 3, and Utsby hits it straight on 3. At the top of the key, wet like water. As Cash Nasty would say. Now Peebles with the ball. They tried to run a play, didn't work. Everett with the ball, still dribbling. Skip passes it over to Reed. Reed drives. Drake, excuse me, that was not Reed. I'm calling her Reed, but that is actually Drake. Yeah, that's Drake with the drive. And I think she's going to be called for the travel. Can Carolina take advantage of it? Carolina now up 19. A 27. Deja comes off the right side, left side, excuse me, right side. Poole is called for 3 seconds. Hanging out in the lane. Let's go. That was sort of like that secondary break Carolina likes to run. But Poole stayed in the lane a little too long. So now Reed brings it down.
A lot of fans made the trip to Columbus. Big section of Carolina blue and St. John's red here in Value City Arena. And a foul inside on that entry pass.
They try to get it down low.
Fouls on Poole. That is her second. And so Destiny Adams
And
come in and relieve Poole. It'll be St. John's ball.
Still nobody in the bonus. St. John gets it in. This is the Drake. Finds, I think that's Everett over there. Offensive foul called on Everett going to the basket.
Deja Kelly taking the charge.
Correct call. The scout.
Deja Kelly
Against Jayla Everett as she likes to go left.
gets the offensive charge.
Kelly setting herself up in position, anticipating she's going to drive left, getting that foot on the side.
1927, North Carolina.
That's 2 on Everett.
It's not been an easy game though. Paula Harris picks up her dribble.
90 seconds left in the half.
They finally get it to Utsby. She squares up. Finds Paris. Paris gets to the free throw line. Not looking to shoot. Gets to the Utsby. Utsby does the same thing. Skip pass over there. Set play for Hodgins. She can't put it in the basket. There's going to be a foul called on Utsby.
But not before a foul is called on Utsby trying to get that rebound. First foul on Utsby.
Adams in the game for North Carolina, and
for St. John's.
Yeah, she was a hero of the game. Came in and scored 8 points.
I think it's number 13.
St. John's gone over 4 minutes without a bucket.
And for St. John, that will be Crossgrave.
Loses it out of bounds, but it'll stay with St. John's.
Cosgrave and Cosgrove. Or is that Grave? In the game for St. John's. The ball's out of bounds, deflected. Now St. John's has it under their own basket. Finding a little trouble getting the ball in. Finally throws it in. And Deja Kelly. You called it on? Wow, they called on Deja Kelly? Well, I guess the receiver, which would have been Reed, had position, even though Deja Kelly tipped the ball first. So what would have happened if Deja Kelly, well, of course, if Deja Kelly had caught it in the air and then bumped into Reed, would a call have been on Reed? All right, anyway, that puts St. John's in the bonus, and Reed steps up and hits 1 out of 2. Carolina with the rebound. They come out of there fast. Deja Kelly straight to the basket. Draws the foul, throws it off the backboard with the right hand on the left side. Misses it, but she has 2 shots.
Definitely outside of the three-point line, because once she gets too deep in that area, she's way too good with the handles, with the crossovers.
We have St. John's number 11 taking on North Carolina number 6. Right now, Carolina's leading by 7. The St. John Red Storm have not led in this game, but they've got it as close as 2. 56 seconds left. Deja Kelly steps to the line and hits the first.
From San Antonio.
Deja Kelly hits 2 beauties. And McPherson comes in the game. I think she did take Deja Kelly's spot. So we got McPherson, Paris, Utsby. I think Adams is out there, and maybe Hutchinson. For the Red Flame, we got Archer. I think Reed's still out there. Crossgrove. Number 11, that would be Sitota. Reed drives. Layup is no good. Adams with the rebound. She gets it up the court to Paris. And now McPherson gets it. She's on the logo. Calling the play that the coach called out. There's about 2-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock. Carolina now has 10 seconds to shoot. They got to run the play now. McPherson drives to her left. She is fouled.
And a foul on the way to the basket by Cosgrove.
By Cosgrove with the heavy eyelashes on.
Come up with another play here.
Patterson going to check in for Joe Tartamella's Red Storm.
Number 20, Ellie Peebles, on the bench right now. It's going to be interesting to see how many rebounds she's got. She's just taking them out. Usby with the ball. They get it. Don't foul.
And that'll do it.
They actually got that ball over to Hodgson with a open three. She could not sink it. But the Tar Heels go in at halftime, leading by 9. I'll get my I'll get my score correct. All right, here we go. Let's get this right. We'll look at some of the stats before halftime is over. What's up, Jeff? All right, I was wondering, because I've got that at the top of the screen there, if Duke was going to hang on, and it looks like they didn't. Thanks for the update there, Jeff. I'm definitely a Carolina fan, but I am also ACC, so I don't know. I was hoping maybe we keep a few of the ACC teams in the tournament. But it doesn't look like okay. Let me change this. Doesn't look like it's going to go like that. I thought maybe out of the ACC teams that were still in it, that Duke had the best chance of going the furthest. You know, the way they've been playing. I agree, and State out. Yeah, man, I was hoping State was going to go further this year. I was hoping they were going to go further this year. I thought they had a good team. Those guards, man, like, you know, those guards were outstanding. They had that, what do you call it, their backcourt. But guess what it meant to be. And it looks like if Duke is out, then right now we only have 2 in, right? So it'll be Miami and Pitt. Miami and Pitt are the only 2 ACC men's teams that are still in this thing, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. All right, let's take a look here at some of the statistical information. Oh, my bad, everybody. I had the box scores up the whole time. Nobody wants to see the box scores when you can see the court. All right, anyway, I'll get that straight. All right, here we go for the Red Storm. Everett, 8 points. Bailey has 2. Reed has 6, and off the bench, Drake has 4. Let's see. They have Peebles. Peebles has 7 rebounds. Man, it seems like she has about 10 already, but she has 7 rebounds to lead everybody. And nobody's really in foul trouble. Everett has 2, and Drake has 2. For North Carolina, Poole has 2 points. Todd Williams has 5. Utsby with 9. Deja Kelly 10. Hodgson has 3. She's hit 1 3-pointer. She's taken 3. That's all she's taken. Are 3-point shots. And I guess that's what she does. Nobody on North Carolina's team is in foul trouble. Poole does have 2. And Todd Williams, believe it or not, has the most rebounds, and that's 4. So nobody's in foul trouble. I think it's going to be a good game down the end. I'm still hoping and thinking Carolina is going to pull this one out. Whoever wins is going to be playing Ohio State. All right, here's your stats. Carolina is shooting a better ball, 44.4%. to the Red Storms 24.1. Both teams have scored or hit 3 3-pointers. Although the Red Storms just seems to be are shooting slightly a better percentage because they've shot one more than Carolina. Free throws, Carolina is shooting 100%. They've only been to the line one time. Actually, yeah, one time, and I think the Red Storm has been twice. They've hit 3 out of 4. Rebounds, Red Storm by 1 rebound. There's your assists, your steals, your blocks. Turnovers, Carolina has 7 to the Red Storm's 8. Carolina's defense has picked up there at the end of the second quarter, and the largest lead has been 9. All right, so we'll just see if they can hang on. And when we come back, we'll get started with the third quarter. I sort of like the way the women's have the quarters instead of just, you know, your straight 20 minutes. Is it 20 minutes or dang 15? I get confused sometimes. Yeah, 20. I think it's 20 minutes. 20 minutes. All right, let's see what my likes are looking like. Have I even got 1 like yet? Yes, sir. 2 likes in the house. We'll take that. That's a lot better than no likes. Chris Hand, what's going on? Go St. John's. Beat the feet team. And give them a pair of socks. I hear you. Chris, you Duke men. Your Duke men lost. Hey, well, you can tell when there is a Duke person in the house. They will say they want anybody to win besides Carolina. I used to feel that way about Duke. I guess in my old age, I still don't really cheer for them unless it's this type of situation right here. So yeah, definitely, I was going for ACC. Was hoping Duke would stay in there, but yeah, Duke goes down to Tennessee. Man, I don't know. The way they were playing, I thought they had gelled at the right time. There was no way Tennessee was going to beat them like this. Not a 4, you know, because Tennessee was just a 4 team. Just 1 seat above them. Because some people were saying, some of the analysts were saying they thought Duke should have got like at least a 4 seed. But anyway, that's how it goes. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with that Princeton and Missouri game. I'm an advocate for the what do you call them? The underdog. All right, so I like to see the underdog win. I really do. But the Furman and South Dakota State, I was telling my wife, and she agreed with me. Yeah, Furman beat Virginia, but we were like, you know, as a consensus, yeah, their next game they'll get blown out, which they did. I'm looking for the same thing to happen to Princeton. I hope it doesn't, but I'm looking for that's probably what's going to happen. Princeton 15 playing Missouri, number 7. Missouri ain't gonna have it. They ain't gonna stand for it. And is there another? What's that? What is the? There was another team that won last night. Fairleigh Dickinson. Fairleigh Dickinson. Every time I hear that name, it makes me think of some kind of fairies or something. Anyway, Fairleigh Dickinson moves on, and I think their Cinderella story is definitely going to come to an end too. I'm also interested in that UCLA and NU. Is that Dakota University? I don't know. Not Dakota. What is that, Coach? Let's see. Is that Nebraska? No, Northwestern Wildcats. I don't know what it is about UCLA. I like to see those boys play. I guess because the little point guard's name is Tiger. All right. So when we get back, we'll have the second half of North Carolina versus St. John's, and see if these Carolina girls can advance. I'll be right back.
Well, it has been a fun start so far, and we are far from done. How about the performances we've seen so far, Monty? What do you like?
Well, I think it's Georgia for me. Sorry, I got it first this time, so I'm taking
I got
Georgia
scared of
8-4.
you know? I'm trying to get your point
Listen,
guard.
with her 5 3.
Hey, I just saw I saw your comment there, Jeff, and the one where you wrote I like Tennessee, UNC State, UNCG, Packers, Jets, Giants, Steelers, Eagles, Duke, uh, Alabama, Georgia. That's too many, dude. That's too many. But you like who you like. Um, here are my teams. Here are my teams. Uh, North Carolina. All right, there's North Carolina Tar Heels. I like North Carolina Tar Heel football, basketball. I cheer for the Panthers. I cheer for the Hornets. As far as professionals and in college, oh, and North Carolina A&T State University, because that's my alma mater. So I gotta cheer for those guys and gals. But those are my teams. Uh, I used to be I used to be a Dallas Cowboy, but that was a long time ago, like 30 some years ago, before the before the Charlotte Hornets or the Panthers had a professional squad. So after North Carolina got their professional teams, I was like, okay, I've got to cheer for them. So, and up until then, I'd said because I was a grown man when North Carolina got their professional teams. I'd always believed that there's no way that you could cheer for two professional teams. And in fact, there's no way you could cheer, honestly be a diehard fan of two teams. I'm like, I, how? How is that possible? You know, I'm a Carolina fan to my heart. There's no way I could cheer for State, even though it says North Carolina State, even though UNCG is, University of North. I can't. I can't. Even though Duke is in North Carolina, no way I could cheer for Duke. So not like that. So, but at that time, I was a Dallas Cowboy, and I cheered for the Panthers. So I had to take that back. I was like, those are circumstances that can't be helped. But now I am like 100% a Panthers fan, even though we're not doing good. I do like to see the Cowboys do well, but if they lose, it's no big deal to me. I definitely feel worse when the Panthers lose than I do when the Cowboys lose. Man, that's something to go from the Cowboys, America's team, a team that can't win more than 2 games in the playoffs in the last several years, to a Panthers team who find it hard to get to the playoffs. So which is worse? All right, but those are my teams. Go UNC, Chris. Okay, what was that? I love Dallas Cowboys, Giants, UNCG, State, Alabama, Tennessee, Packers, Jets. Man, I don't even like the Jets colors. A big Yankee and Dodgers fan, Chief and Eagles. I think this is a new wave of thinking because my people my age they got one team. If I were to have a baseball team, it would be it'll be uh, the Braves. The Braves. I don't watch a whole lot of basketball, but yeah, I mean baseball, but yeah, Braves. My wife's people used to watch baseball during baseball season, and that's sort of how I got into it a little bit. And they like the Braves, you know, and so I like the Braves. Yeah, Braves too. Shoot, you said, look, I, I believe next year you'll have even more, Jeff. All right, guys, let me take a little break, and I'll be right back.
Two charges in the first 65 seconds of this second half. Eva Hodgson perfectly dialing it up, that celebration, threes in the air, and then Usby perfectly positioned.
All right, Carolina has come out and scored quickly.
Kelly probing, and she gets called for the
That's 3 points. It's now 32-20, but Kelly was just hit with a offensive foul. So that sort of slows down the Carolina scoring right there.
The winner to meet Ohio State on Monday. Quite the atmosphere in here earlier today when the Buckeyes came from 16 down against James Madison. And
Foul call.
This is going to go against the Tar Heels.
Not sure who is going against for the Tar Heels. But the Red Storms have Bailey, Everett.
Second, Ohio State in the house. Buckeyes watching the game after their victory today over James Madison.
Archer's out there. Everett. She is foul shooting. That was Todd Williams. And since she was shooting, she'll be going to the free throw line.
She can really elevate up and draw the foul. You have to be disciplined when guarding her there, knowing she's going to stop on a dime and not send her to the free throw line.
Reed and Peebles also on the court for the Red Storms.
Faced North Carolina twice in her career when she was at Pitt. She scored 22 points and 18 points. First team.
Hey, thank you all for being here. Make sure you hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Everett hits both. It's now a 10-point lead by Carolina. And the Red Flame put on a man-to-man press. And they drop back into, they stay in the man-to-man. Todd gets it out of the pool. Pool, nobody to hand it to right now. Finally gets it to Deja Kelly. 9 seconds to shoot. Deja Kelly pulls up. Her patented jumper hits nothing. Rebound, long pass, and that is going to be too hard for Peebles to control.
Eva Hodgson in North Carolina's
Hodgson gets the ball in.
MBA program, Masters of Business.
She finds Usby at center court. Usby goes to the free throw line. Bulls her way in, misses the layup, and Carolina can't save it. Poole did all she could do to try to save that.
St. John's will get the ball back.
It's one of those situations where I always say, hey, you got to try to take advantage of the other team not scoring because they're not going to continue that the whole game.
Leading the Tar Heels in the NCAA tournament every season.
All right, Archer throws it in to Drake. So Archer, Everett back to Drake. Drake comes off the screen. She's walled off by Todd Williams. Now Everett with the ball. Going against Hodgson. And Hodgson fouls Bailey. Excuse me, that was not Everett, that was Bailey. And Bailey throws it up and scores. And has a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Yeah, definitely a foul by Hodges leaning on her. And like I just said, Carolina's got to take advantage of the times where the Red Storm are not scoring. They didn't, so now the Red Storm clawing their way back in. 7-point lead. Todd Williams dribbling against Bailey. She gets across the timeline. Hands it to Hodgson.
And the lead now 7 for North Carolina. St. John's is
Hodgson finds Todd Williams. They get it down to Usby to the other side. Misses this one, but Poole gets the rebound. Tries to kick it out. And Everett catches that, so Everett is fouled on the play once again. Carolina cannot capitalize, and they walk to the other end.
And that is her second foul. It's quite the collision here.
St. John's defense has picked up the intensity to start the second half. Poole goes flying out of bounds.
6 minutes, 51 seconds.
I believe Hodgson all involved, and a foul was called.
And that foul
on the free throw line. St.
will send Everett back to the line because St. John's is in the bonus. Wow, St. John's is in the bonus the rest of this quarter. So every time Carolina fouls, they put St. John's on the line. Carolina not in the bonus. Full court pressure, but it's a man press. Hodgson beats it.
It's a 7-0 run by the Red Storm as the Tar Heels will try to stop it right here.
Get it to Todd Williams for three, and she hits it. Todd Williams for three. Keeps Carolina spaced. A little bit of room there to breathe. Now Bailey dribbling the ball for the Red Storm. She's being guarded by Hodgson. Gets that ball over to Drake. Drake turns down the screen.
Drake gets out of the double team. Shot clock under 10.
Here's Everett to the basket. Tries to go up, but is stripped by Hodgson.
5 on the shot clock.
And the Red Storm have 5 seconds to shoot this ball.
Here the St. John's players communicating that.
Drake gets it in. Everett had to shoot a three, and Everett hits the three, gets that three back. That's scored by Todd Williams. Now Daisy Kelly brings it down as a 5-point lead, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes, 55 seconds in the third quarter to Hodge, back to Kelly. Back to Todd Williams, and behind her back, she drives, kicks it to Usby, misses it, but rebound. Todd Williams, she says, hey, let's slow it down. They get it back inside to Usby, taking her time. Spin move, and works her way into the layup. Usby with 1,000 points.
She had to earn that one. She was.
Yeah, she could have been called for maybe a travel, but wasn't called. Harris, excuse me, that's Adams, helps out. Now I think it's Everett with the ball. She's been double teamed. Finds Drake. Drake slides through, misses it, and that ball is tipped out of bounds.
Intense down there, isn't it?
Very intense.
Goes to the Tar Heels.
Double teaming Jayla Everett on the catch on
Carolina still up by 7.
Quicker. When you're double teamed on the sideline, somebody else is open. Swing that ball around and find a gap that allows you to drive.
I had a whistle on the other side of the court.
Whistle's called. There's a foul away from the ball.
On Usby.
That was on Usby.
Jeffrey Smith. Third foul on Usby as well.
Usby has 3. That's not good, but that is the third quarter. Actually, third quarter, still 4 minutes remaining. Basically 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And Usby with 3. She is important. Coach probably gonna have to get her out of there.
You're not built for this.
Probably gonna get her out of there to save her from getting even more foul trouble.
But there's another voice. It whispers, then it roars. I'm not done.
Ooh. All right, but we do have a timeout on the court. Carolina 37, Red Storm 30.
APR for 5 years and no monthly payments for 90 days. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get $750 purchase allowance on Buick Envision model.
The scoring in each quarter goes like this. Carolina 19, St. John's 15 in the first quarter. Carolina 10, St. John's 5 in the second quarter. But here in this third quarter, St. John's has outscored North Carolina by 2. It's 10-8 so far. Everett, number 4, has 15 points in this game for the Red Storm. Bailey has 5, Reed has 6, and Drake has 4. There are basically a handful of people scoring. I guess that's how it always works. But you got people and Archer on the floor these two aren't really looking for their scores. They're not looking to score the ball. It's Everett, Bailey when she needs to, and Reed being the ball handler. Her and Drake have opportunities to score. But if Carolina can stop Everett, they have a great chance to win this game. For North Carolina, Poole only has 2 points. She's the big in the middle, but you know, she never does a lot of scoring. She has 4 rebounds. Todd Williams has 8 points. Utsby with 11 and Deja Kelly with 10. Hodgson, she will stroke it if she gets a chance. She has 6 points. So if Carolina can just continue to score and figure out a way to slow down Everett, they got a great chance to win. Utsby has 3 fouls though. And nobody for the Red Storm has 3 fouls, has more than 2.
Jump going from the Ivy League to the ACC. She's been so successful and just loved reading up on this team a little bit coming into this game. That core of 5 juniors that came in with her as freshmen, they've all stayed together. Some of them had been recruited by the prior staff, some she brought in, and they have been the foundation that she's built this team.
All right, the Red Storm start off with the ball, 30-37, 4 minutes and 43 seconds left. Bailey, crossover dribble, banks it in for the Red Storm, and they continue to claw their way back into this game. They hadn't had the lead yet. Utsby gets it over to Todd Williams.
Got on them as they came back down to set up for offense.
Todd Williams drops it off to Utsby. Utsby doesn't want to shoot the ball. Now Deja Kelly with it. Goes off the top of the screen, picks up her dribble. 10 seconds to shoot. She finds Todd Williams, who pulls up. That might have been a travel, but they don't call it. And she puts it in.
Defended well initially, but then
The finger roll. Everett gives it up. Gives it up to Drake. Drake lets her team set the play up. Bailey now looking to get it to Everett. Can't do it. Found Archer. Archer handed it back to her. And I think it's going to be an offensive foul. Illegal screen, I think it was. And Bailey goes out. Deja Kelly brings it up the court. This is where Carolina needs to score. 32-39. She gets it to Utsby at the top. Utsby squares up, not looking for a shot. She finds Deja Kelly. Deja Kelly goes off the top of that screen. Finds Todd Williams. Pulls up. Awkward shot, but goes in. Actually, she shot that fading away to the right and was still able to hit it. Carolina goes back up by 9, 32-41, with 3:11 left. And it looks like a steal by Paris, or close to it. And Everett is fouled by Paris. I think that's what it's going to be called. I didn't think anybody had the ball. So it's kind of hard to see where I guess she got bumped by Paris right here. No, excuse me, that was Adams.
Yeah, absolutely. Destiny Adams getting in a passing lane. Just 2 women hustling and March getting tied up, going down hard.
And Everett was
but it was a foul call.
Foul was called against Adams, and she's determined to stay in the game. She wants to shoot these free throws. The officials are making sure she's okay.
Doesn't appear Joe Tardamella's looking down the bench.
All right, looks like they're taking a little time because Everett is trying to get her wits about her. Well, not her wits, but she was hurt. Diving for that ball, for that loose ball. That's why I don't know where the foul, I don't know why the foul was called. The last person to touch the ball was actually Adams.
I'm good. She's got this.
Rub some dirt on it.
So I guess the bump there.
And Everett still limping though.
The bump was enough for the refs to say we're gonna call this a foul.
Not wanting to come out of the game, and I think Bailey's gonna come in for, and she was ignoring it.
Anyway, Everett steps up and hits her 2 free throws, even feeling the pain, but she is noticeably limping. So Carolina needs to try to take advantage of this while she's out.
Yeah, as fierce as she is on the court, it was yes ma'am, yes sir. I don't hear that much being from New York.
Collision inside, and that's a blocking foul against St. John's. Foul's going to go against Bailey.
Bailey is called for a foul, a blocking foul.
13 foul against St. John's.
Everett is in pain. She may come back in, but it's going to be difficult. Let's go, Hodgins. That was a bad pass by you. Bailey dribbling. Still off the inbound. Hands that to Reed. Coach calls the play.
Athletes in the nation getting their PhD while competing at this level.
All right, they find number 3. That was Patterson, who's back in the game. Bailey, spin move, throws it up, is blocked a little bit there. And number 14, I can never remember her name. Archer is fouled after she gets the rebound and tries to put it back up.
Incredibly long arms to snatch that ball.
Yeah, St. John's has some height, has some length out there. They have some length out there. Not necessarily much taller than North Carolina, but they are longer. It's like they got a bunch of girls out there who have those long arms like Todd Williams for North Carolina.
And Jayla Everett trying to work it out over there on the St. John's bench. She's dying to get back in the game. Got that right knee wrapped.
So Archer on the line. Rattles in both of them. Like I said, Carolina, it's not an easy game for Carolina. 36-41. Oh, nice pass. Hodgson from 3. It started off her pass, and that ball was swung all the way back around to find her at the same spot, and she knocked the 3 down. Bailey with the ball now for the Red Flame. Red Storm. No pun intended. 36-44 is the score. I think this is Reed with the ball. She finds. Ooh.
And a foul in the corner.
She found Drake coming off the baseline screen, and there's going to be a foul called on Utsby, I think.
Here's some beautiful ball movement. Hodgson started with it.
Hodgson.
All the way back around.
She likes to celebrate with the 3.
Extra unselfish passes. Leaves their best 3-point shooter wide open. Celebration.
All right, so Archer back on the line.
2 more free throws. Archer just made a couple.
1 minute 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. She misses the first. 36-44. North Carolina women trying to get to the 2nd round of the NCAA tournament. Everett got that knee wrapped up, but she is limping. She's limping. I don't know. Everett, I love you, but if you can't do it, you got to sit down.
Interesting to see who they match her up with. You certainly don't want to put her on one of the quicker guards like Todd Williams, Kelly.
She's still limping coming across half court. You got to have to take advantage of it. See what she can do. Deja Kelly goes to the basket. Harris sliding to her right, shooting that ball, but gets her hand on it. Oh, Harris on the ground again. It's a mad scramble, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be a jump ball. Bunch of action going on there. Harris shot the ball first. She was still leaning to her left, missed it. Hodgson got the rebound, thought she had an easy layup. It was blocked out of there. And I'm not sure. I think Archer may have gotten a rebound, and then Paris stripped it from her. And then it was a mad scramble on the floor, and I think it was a held ball, and it goes to St. John's. So now we got Drake bringing the ball up court.
And she's been the big
Play is called.
and how St. John's has had
Crossgrave out there now.
in the nation this year from
And get over to number 3. Crossgrave for 3, misses it. But the Red Storm come up with it. And it was Adams going for the ball. McPherson comes into the game for the Tar Heels. Takes out Zelaya.
Going back out. And a brief run. That was her first appearance of the game. So just about everybody's played for North Carolina. I think they've only got one.
Oh, backdoor cut. Works to perfection. That is from Everett to Patterson for the layup. And it's now 39-44. Daisy Kelly gets to her free throw spot. She can't shoot though. McPherson thought about the 3, turned it down. Nobody's moving. She gets it over to Hodgson in the corner. She can't hit the 3, but Todd Williams with the rebound. And it's a jump ball causing North Carolina's ball under their basket. 39-44. Carolina needs to score right here. There's 32.2 seconds left in the third quarter. I got Daisy Kelly taking the ball out. Your person who throws in is going to be the most dangerous. Goes off the screen, and she's fouled at the top. Little touch foul right there by Drake.
Third foul on Drake, team's 4th.
Carolina's got 20 seconds to shoot the ball. 20 seconds put back on the shot clock. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. They got to get the ball in. They do. She gets it into Adams. Adams still dribbling. Can't find a guard to get to. Finally gets to Daisy Kelly. 10 seconds to shoot now. Daisy Kelly wants to go to the basket. Does. Put it up and scores. Puts it up and scores. 9 seconds on the clock. Everett comes down. You can tell she's not 100%. Kicks that to Bailey. Bailey, bank shot. Draws a foul.
8 seconds left in the quarter.
And boy, St. John's are going to, they already, well, both teams are in the bonus.
Doesn't get the shot to go, but gets a trip to the line.
First foul on McPherson.
Everett was leaking pretty seriously when she came back. Well, noticeably when she came back to the game. Now things are loosening up a little bit. But Carolina keeps putting the players from St. John on the line. This is Bailey, and they're stepping up and hitting these free throws. Bailey hits both.
Less than a second left in the quarter.
McPherson can't get it off for Carolina. Up by 5 in the third quarter. Here it is. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the last quarter. Can Carolina hang on, win this game, and move to the second round? I think if they win this one, they said this will be 50 wins in the postseason for Carolina. All right, we got another timeout. Oh, guys, I didn't know I had the music on, but hey. Thank you for the few people who stopped by today. I know this is not a popular stream. I'm talking the women's NCAA or women's basketball period. But it is Carolina, so I figured I would actually do the stream for the Carolina women. All right, let's change my score. Another good thing about these games now is daylight savings time, because after this game is over, I still got a little bit of time. A little bit of sun left. Did I get this right? Nope. Can't cheat my team out of any points because it looks like we're going to need them all. All right, let's see how many likes I got.
I understand. People don't realize that mold feeds off the
I know it's a struggle today, but 3 likes.
But at Tar Heel Basement Systems,
Not bad, not bad.
inspection for free.
Could be worse. Let's see what happens here near the end of the game. Maybe the views and everything will come up. 55 views. That's a slow day.
Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads with Chevy trucks.
All right, Carolina still shooting a better field goal percentage, 44.2 to the Red Storm's 30.6. There's your 3-point shooting right there. Carolina has hit 6. Free throws. Carolina hasn't been to the line. And the only time they've been to the line, they've hit all of their points. That is keeping the Red Storm in the game. They have shot 17 free throws. They've hit 15, 88%. Rebounding, still out rebounding the Tar Heels. And finally the turnovers. The Tar Heels have turned over the Red Storm 13 times, but they've turned over the Tar Heels 11 times. All right, let's see how this thing turns out.
Bud is back in the mix. It's going to be an interesting next couple weekends.
And Virginia Tech, a newcomer to this spotlight. Kenny Burke's done a great job there. And so is St. John's.
And St. John's continues to score.
St. John's has really upped the offense here in the third quarter, Kim. Foul on Bailey.
Yeah, St. John's had 5 points in the second quarter. They've got 21.
They are down by 3. They've had it as close as 2.
21 points from the free throw line. They were 12 of 13 in the third quarter.
Yeah, they got in the bonus very quick. That foul was on Bailey.
This is the last 10 minutes of one team's season right here. I hope the coaches have told both teams, you better leave it out there because this could be it. Angie Kelly pulls up. Rims out, going to stay Carolina ball though.
The winner moves on to face Ohio State on Monday night. Buckeyes.
Adams lines up in the wrong spot, but Carolina's able to get it in. McPherson crossover dribble. Off, but it's still going to stay Carolina ball. Now Utsby comes back in the game with 3 fouls. 9 minutes and 19 seconds. Just got to be smart. Smart and aggressive. McPherson can't get a lot of playing time today.
She has 4 fouls, so Coach
Deja Kelly comes off the top screen. They get it down to Utsby. It's tipped. She kicks it. Adams shoots. Misses everything. Rebound. That's going to be Patterson. St. John's can tie.
Forcing them to have to kick it out and an air ball 3.
St. John's has made.
Drake says, "Hey, let's slow it down. Call the play." Everett with the ball now. Gives it to Archer. She hands it back to Everett. Everett. Spin move. Kicks that back out to Patterson for a 3, and it's good. It's all tied up, ladies and gentlemen. It's all tied up, ladies and gentlemen, and the Red Storm have come all the way back. Carolina, just like the men's team, has run into a little slump here. Can Carolina get out of it? I don't know. But they better figure it out. Since the timeout, Carolina has not scored, and the Red Storm have scored 5 buckets. So we got another timeout. Carolina had to call a timeout. Also,
Double miles with my Capital One Venture card, so it's on me.
all right, happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna say that now unless I find out it's some kind of wicked, some kind of wicked, what do you call it? A wicked holiday or whatever. Because you know you're finding out all kinds of things about different holidays. Christmas, all kinds of things. So yeah, until then, happy. Be careful tonight. All right, let's see. We can take a look at, and there's only a few added, but yeah, we know who's doing the scoring. Once again, Everett, even though she's hurt, she's moved up to 17 points. Bailey has 9. Reed Archer Reed has 6. Archer has 5. And Drake has 4. In Carolina, with their fouling, they're playing aggressive defense, but they're getting fouls. They're getting fouls called on them, sending the Red Storm to the line, and they are hitting it. That's what's keeping them in the game. They're hitting the free throws. Carolina has been to the line only once. Only once, if I'm not mistaken. That was it Deja? I'm not sure who it was, but they hit both of their free throws, and that's it. That is it. That's the only time they've been to the free throw line. St. John's has been 17 times. They've hit 15 of their free throws. That's where most of their scoring is coming from. But that has nothing. The last couple of scores, they put the ball in the basket themselves. That was not a foul. They weren't fouled. They were just putting the ball in the basket. I guess, as they always say, you let shooters see the ball go through the basket, go through the net. That's all they need to be able. That's all they need to see. Ball go through the net a couple of times, and shooters are going to shoot. So it is tied up.
17 points for Jayla Everett, the hero, to put them in this game. She had the game winner against.
Can Carolina get a few scores and not send the Red Storm to the line? 8 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock. Utsby shoots, she misses.
St. John's has not led in this game.
Everett with the ball. Gets it over here to Drake.
Taking on the 6-seeded Tar Heels.
Archer hands that off to Bailey. Bailey loses it. Utsby may have been called for a travel, wasn't. Scores. I'm sorry, Archer. There's not going to be an offensive foul called right there. Yeah, she definitely pulled up. And the Tar Heels go up by 2. Patterson wants to go baseline. She's walled off by Utsby. Gets that ball back out to Drake. Now Everett has it. No help. She finds Patterson, pulls up at the elbow, misses. Rebound, Kelly. Utsby. Oh, quick shot by Williams. She can't sink it. Gives it right back. Gives it right back to the Red Storm. I mean, those shots like that, I'm like, I don't know, bro. You can get that anytime. Let's move that ball around and try to get it easy too. Bailey kicks it to the corner. This is going to be Patterson for 3, and it rattles in, and it looks like the St. John's Red Storm have taken their lead, first of the game. Deja Kelly brings it down. 6 minutes, 27 seconds on the clock. They get it in the pool. Pool is fouled on the play. Thank goodness that foul was called because she was going to travel. Looks like Reed is coming back into the game for the Red Storm.
And be replaced by the future Dr. Mimi Reed.
Unique Drake, one of their best threats from the outside, hasn't gotten it going from deep today, but a good three-point shooter to the bench.
Usby driving.
Usby is called for the offensive foul.
Usby has just fouled out.
And she is gone.
6:15 left in the game.
Usby has fouled out of the game.
Usby leaves the game with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. She went over 1,000 points for her career today, but that's insignificant.
And now all Usby can do is sit on the bench and hope that her girls can get her another win. Excuse me, get her another game, because she is out. At 6:15, Usby fouls out of the game. A big part of the Carolina Tar Heels team. And St. John's is doing their thing here.
St. John's beat Purdue in the first 4 games.
They outscored Carolina in the third quarter 21-17, and right now outscoring them 8-2 in the fourth quarter. Can Carolina find something on offense and maybe play some defense without fouling?
Archer. And I think a jump ball called.
Harris.
It is a jump ball called, and it will get the ball back to North Carolina.
Harris ties up the ball, and it's going to go to North Carolina, a jump ball.
Paulina Paris, the only true freshman on the North Carolina team. Shoots righty, does everything else in her life lefty.
5 minutes, 52 seconds. Deja Kelly brings it down. Carolina not able to score. Double team, pass the ball. She does swing it. Harris takes a 3. It's short. No rebound by North Carolina. Reed comes out of there with it. Being aggressive, brings it back out now. Nothing there. St. John's had the lead. No need to force it. Reed, nice pass. And that's by Patterson. Patterson lays it in. Biggest lead by St. John's right now. Is that going to make Carolina start rushing shots? Deja Kelly drive, pulls up, should have used the glass. Rebound, Reed. 5 minutes left on the clock. Carolina has only scored 2 points in this quarter. St. John's is the number 11 seed. Carolina number 6. Now Bailey with it. Slows things up. She wants to take Williams. She does. Floater. No good, but they get the rebound, and they're fouled on the play. That is Archer fouled. I told you these girls, they all look like Todd Williams out there. Like they're tall, they're long.
Making the play that leads to the offensive rebounds. But St. John's has really stormed back into this game, outscoring North Carolina 10-2 here in the fourth. Daniel Patterson has been huge.
At this point right now, not looking very good for the Carolina women's team. There's your score, 51-48. Let me get this right. They have found it very difficult to score in the second half. Like I said, they were outscored 17-21 in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter, Carolina's only scored 2 points, 10-2. Everett went out of the game hurt. Carolina was still not able to take advantage and score any points. Not many points there. She has 17 to lead all scorers. And on her team, Patterson has now taken over the scoring duties because Everett is laboring. She has 10. Bailey has 9. For North Carolina, Poole only has 2 points and 4 rebounds. Todd Williams, 12 points, along with Deja Kelly and Utsby, who has just fouled out with about 6 minutes on the clock, 13 points. And Hodgson, 9. She is 3 of 7 from the field, and of course, all she's taken, well, she did take one layup, but that was blocked. And hey, that's what she does. She shoots 3-pointers. So Carolina's gonna have to figure out a way to hit some shots. Their defense is not terrible, but they are not scoring. All right, 2 people in the house. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for dropping these comments. And thank you for the likes.
This was the creation, getting in the paint, triple team, finds a wide open Daniel Patterson. That one would tie the ball game. Patience to kick out, and Patterson has been huge in this comeback. She has 8 points in the 4th quarter alone.
And the St. John's cheerleaders are doing the gritty. Yeah, it ain't quite over with yet.
4 of 6 here in the 4th quarter. Archer on the free throw line.
Archer gets another free throw. I'm telling you, there's going to be some conversation about the lack of fouls that Carolina has gotten, but I guess if you don't attack the basket, you can expect to get fouls called. And she misses the second. Still leaves the door open a little bit for North Carolina. They come down with 4 minutes and 28 seconds on the clock. Deja Kelly. Floater is no good, but she is fouled shooting, so finally Carolina gets back to the line. And right off of what we just talked about, getting to the basket, going to the basket, you're not going to get any fouls called standing out there shooting outside shots. You're going to need Poole to get in this game and do some things. So now Carolina's got to... Oh, Deja Kelly misses. Gotta have every point. Gotta have every point. Like I always say, this is the reason why you focus in the free throw shooting drill. You know, you don't just go over there and play around. Carolina full court press, skip pass. Gets to Patterson. Now they get it back to Reed. Reed standing on the logo, not wanting to rush anything. Coach calls the play. They get it in the middle of Patterson. Easy shot. Too easy. 2 points. Or 2 more points. Deja Kelly doesn't want to pass it. Now she gets it to Todd Williams. Has to give it back to her. Nobody setting screens. Everybody just watching. Screen set. Yeah, this is... Kelly gets all the way to the basket. Left-hand layup. Like, there was no play call. There was just like, hey, Deja Kelly had to call the play. She had to tell Poole to come and set a screen for her. Let's go, camera person. Floater, rebound by Poole. Parrish, the freshman, gets it across the timeline, hands it to Deja Kelly. Deja Kelly wants to go left again, tries to bounce it. She does, jump ball. I think that goes to...
So the possession arrow will go back to North Carolina.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It goes back to North Carolina. I didn't know they had switched it.
Needs some more offense right now. Hodgson, the best three-point shooter. She's knocked down 3, but it's been all Patterson here. In the 4th quarter, 10 points for her in the 4th, and then Deja Kelly going left, hesitation. Right
Yeah, I thought that was going back to the to St. John's, and it does. 54-51, 3-point lead. 2 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time for North Carolina to make a move. Archer puts that ball up. It's going to be a jump ball. And that's Key out there making a play. Hodgson back on the court. Knows she gets her chance. She's going to light that three up. And the big rebounder for St. John's, Peebles, comes back in. All right, Deja Kelly brings it across the timeline. Hands it off to Hodgson. Hodgson picks up her dribble, finds Todd Williams. Straight line drive. It's blocked. And Peebles gets the rebound.
It was a beautiful blow by, but Peebles just coming over early.
Carolina can't take advantage.
St. John's up by 3. Can they hang on?
2 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock. Bailey gets that over to Patterson, shoots it, she misses. Hodgson comes down. Lead pass up to Paris. Paris layup and a foul on the play. She gets to go to the free throw line. Old-fashioned three-point play to tie this one up.
Come back into the game. Perfectly placed pass for Paris to just scoop it up and lay it in. Big time and one for the freshman from New York.
And now she gets a chance to pull the Tar Heels into the even spot.
Grew up wearing number 23, but when you get to North Carolina, you can't wear that number, Kim. But not because of Michael, because of Charlotte Smith, who made
oh, my bad. Change the score here if she hits this one. And she hits it. Now it is tied up.
So just completed the three-point play. We are tied at 54 with under 2 to play.
It's tied up. You might as well say 0-0. Who outscores who? Right here with 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock. Everett crossover dribble. Floater off the mark. Almost gets her own rebound. Deja Kelly comes out there with it. Take your time, Deja. Ain't nothing there. You ain't got to force it. She slows it down. Coach, with her arms folded, has not called a play. That's going to be offense. That's not offense. It's going to be a foul.
Interesting sequence. I thought he initiated the contact that forced Archer to go down, and then they called a foul on Archer when she was on the floor.
Yeah, it was a trip. Let's see. Let's see how much offensive foul this was. No, you can't call that, ref. What are you talking about? Commentator, I don't think I think there was a good no call right there. But Key.
North Carolina has only been to the free throw line 5 times.
Yeah, 5 times. Key at the line. Okay, this is where you earn your money. Right, Key. She takes it serious in practice. At least she puts the Tar Heels up by 1. And she hits both of them. Now a little pressure. Just a little pressure is put back on St. John's. They know they've got to score now. They get that ball to Bailey, who's been doing a good job. She's walled off. This is Reed at the free throw line. Spin move, floats it up, and it's good. She ties it up. With 56 seconds left, Deja Kelly brings it down. And she slows down. Coach, I don't know if she calls a play or not. They're going to slow it all the way down, though. Deja Kelly still with the ball in her hand. 9 seconds to shoot. Forces it up. Rebound, Todd Williams, and she puts it in. way to go to the basket after the shot. And everybody else is standing around looking. All you young people out there want to score points. Look, that's what you do. You just go to the basket. Whoever that was out there guarding her, she probably took off down the court or whatever. Didn't box out. It's not going to be a long rebound if there's a layup. Now, if there's a shot, there's a jump shot, possibly be a long rebound. You can take off then. Otherwise, you got to box out your man. So Carolina does hold a 2-point lead, but their hearts have been broken a few times this year in this situation. Their hearts have been broken in this situation. They battled all the way down to this, and then the other team comes in and scores the winning basket. All right, now whatever they do now here, stay on your man. Stay on your man. Don't be out there trying to like fake like you're going to switch and then come back. I've seen Carolina lose to, what was it? Was it Virginia Tech like that this year? McPherson faked like she was going to switch and pull, got confused, and took a step toward McPherson's player and left the top player, top scorer in Virginia Tech's history wide open, and she sunk it, of course.
May not win at some point, and she was hoping it wasn't going to be today. We're about to find out who can hang on in this fantastic.
All right, here we go. 2 minutes, 29.5 seconds on the clock, and I think Coach.
The chess match here. St. John still has 2 timeouts. North Carolina
Coach T.
has 2. This could be a long last
Talk to Miller. Talk to Amelia.
See how they're setting up.
Wanted to see how Carolina's going to set up.
Veteran team St. John's has.
And so another timeout was called.
This week. And they lock in on Joe Tardamella. It is so fun to be around this team, just to feel that family-like environment that he's created here.
They were in this situation just 2 nights ago where they gave the ball to Jayla Everett, who made the game-winning shots.
Okay, Carolina, a few minutes ago, it was, what was it, 10-2, 12-2 run. Now Carolina scored 12 in the fourth quarter, still being outscored by 3 points, but let's see what happens here. All right, so they get the ball in Drake's hand. I think this is Bailey out on the wing. Bailey is fouled on the play.
I'm not sure that was intentional, but it's not the worst thing in the world for UNC.
Fallon Hodgson, remember North Carolina had 2 fouls to give, now they have 1 to give.
I thought
so it'll be St. John's ball out of bounds.
I thought St. John's, well, I guess they're not in the bonus here in the last quarter. Nothing easy. St. John's throwing the ball in. They get it down on the baseline. Adams is guarding Everett. Everett wants the last shot. 12 seconds to shoot. She passes it off though. Reed steps through. Layup is good. 6 seconds left.
Timeout, North Carolina. We are tied.
And it's tied up.
1 to play. Mimi Reed, who's getting her PhD, looks pretty good.
Mimi Reed steps through the layup, puts the spin on it.
Little jab step through the defense, high off the glass. Mimi Reed, tough bucket, falling down. She's had 2 tough buckets.
She really has, and she's had a pretty good game here. Not having to score all the points, but yeah, she has had a pretty good game. Reed, 10 points today. All right, Carolina with 6 points. Excuse me, 6.1 seconds left in this game. All right, thank you all for the 5 likes. You guys helped me get the 5 likes. I appreciate it. So I think this is one of the stand-up moments. So let's switch scenes. And let's get off your feet, North Carolina, and see if these girls can win it right here. We don't want to go into overtime. We do not want to go into overtime with them. We're already down one person. Utsby has fouled out of the game. She's a big part of Carolina. Couple of things now, though, but if Carolina attacks the basket and they get fouled, they are in the bonus. They get fouled shooting, they're in the bonus. And yet another timeout. I guess no team is gonna keep one. There's no need to keep one because we're going to overtime. They get, what do they get? One?
Was it a decoy knowing that they were going to call a timeout?
Both teams have one timeout remaining. This is the
Actually, both teams have one timeout. So.
North Carolina then St. John's. Joe Tartamella, the Big East Coach of the Year, orchestrated a couple of wins this year over Creighton and UConn, and now trying to keep his team in the NCAA tournament. They have not won a tournament.
Once again, North Carolina, number 6, the 6th seed, trying to hang on and beat the number 11 seed.
Who were the 1994 national champions.
And a lot of the focus here is
Carolina has had a nice little layoff there. St. John's was in a tough matchup against Purdue, was it? And beat them, so we are definitely not fearing North Carolina. Can Carolina get the ball in first? That's going to be the key thing. McPherson's on the floor.
Here we go.
They get it to Deja Kelly. Deja Kelly goes left to the basket. Layup is good, and she's fouled on the play with 2.2 seconds left on the clock.
Kelly is fouled as well, and will go to the line.
Nice blow by.
For your point guard, put it in her hands, gets the mismatch, has a big on her. Takes it to the bucket.
No, you can't call that. You can't call that a charge because she was in the air before Reed got set.
Definitely a blocking call.
But they want them to look at it. I don't know if they want to look at
I
it.
think they're calling for a review.
They want to call. If they call a timeout and look at it, it could be close. It could be close.
We'll go to the free throw line with 2.2 seconds left. The lead is 2.
I don't know. If they can get past this without looking at it.
Kelly today 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
The refs are taking a lot of time, so it doesn't look like they're going to look at this. They're going to leave it, call what it was on the floor, I guess.
St. John's does still have a timeout here. So rebounds, they can call a timeout. Make, they can call a timeout.
I don't know why they're holding the ball. Freezing Deja Kelly. She hits this one. 2.3 seconds on the clock. The Red Storm will have to. She does. They will have to shoot a 3-point basket. And I know they're asking why they didn't look at the play.
2.3 to play, and St. John's has time to tie this score.
Plenty of time. 2.3 seconds. You have time for a dribble or two. And we'll see if Joe Tartamella
And who knows?
any additional 3-point
This game is still not over.
Obviously, their best. She's at 42% on the season. We've seen
It's not over until it's over, so
knockdown 2 in this game.
Everett's made
it's a close one.
Patterson has made 2. Reed has made 1.
But look at that foul to give for UNC. That's big in this moment because
Okay, Carolina does have a foul to give, but you got to be smart too. Like, you don't want to be fouling while they're shooting the 3 and put them on the line. Exactly. That's what the commentator just said. I would just take my chances. Unless you can foul them immediately.
They put Key on her. Key at 6'4", towering Over Drake. Into Patterson.
Oh!
Will they call it a shot?
Wait just a second. Let's see. Whistle blew.
Oh my goodness.
It is a foul on the
Come on. See, this is what I'm saying. It's so quick. Deja Kelly, get away from the ref. You don't want to get a tag too.
Tar Heels trying to hold Deja Kelly back. She was not happy to say the least.
Come on. See, that's all I was saying. It's 2.2 seconds on the clock. You know. Oh my gosh, she was on the floor. What?
See, Kelly is saying that she fouled her before she went into
She really did. But they didn't look at that, so don't look at it because everybody will be saying, hey, they cheating for Carolina. She got her on the floor. Are they going to look at it?
Piatto making the call. Deja Kelly talking to Teresa Stuck, one of the other officials right now.
And they're looking at something, but you can't overturn a foul call here. So the only thing they
so you can't overturn the foul call.
Time. So it's still going to be 3 shots, but they could adjust the time here.
See, this is why. Listen. It's like this. It's like this. It's there's not enough time on the clock to you know their coach is very intelligent. He's definitely gonna be like, as soon as you get it, you know they're gonna try to score you. That's foul you. That's why. Oh, that was obvious that she was not in the shooting motion.
Officials though are gonna give her 3 free throws. They did not agree with that.
Deja Kelly certainly has a case there.
She does have a case, just like Reed may have had a case that Deja Kelly was an offensive foul against her, but they didn't look at it. You just got to miss one, big baby. And there it is, right there, ladies and gentlemen. She missed one, so that means she's going to hit this one. And she misses the second one, they might be able to tip it in.
Still a 3-point lead for North Carolina. She'll have 2 free throws remaining.
Unless she misses this one. Oh, I feel so sorry for her.
Last free throw coming for Patterson.
The only thing they can do is miss it and a tip and a foul. So box out the shooter.
She makes 1 of 3.
Well, not necessarily. She could. They could get a full court press put on her, steal it, and then get a quick shot.
John's in this situation. What can you do?
Let's see. You are in the bonus. You're down 2. You got to obviously try to get a steal right away, because once they inbound the ball, there's really not much you can do there. Not enough.
All right, 1.5 seconds left. Carolina, all you got to do is actually touch it. There it is. And Carolina escapes out of this one. I know there's going to be maybe some controversial calls right there, but the last call, if anything, made up for the call that the people are going to be saying, hey, Deja Kelly should have been called for a offensive foul on her layup. And so that call down there could have very well been a make-up call, because Deja Kelly definitely fouled her before she got in her shooting motion. But they called anyway. She goes to the line. That's who was that? Was that Patterson? I'm not sure. Goes to the line and she misses her free throws. 2 of her free throws. She had 3. Carolina survives to the second round. They will be playing this team right here, the Buckeyes, and the Buckeyes are number what? Number 3. Carolina's number 6. And these girls look Athletic.
Buckeyes before the half. McMahon, how about closing the first half on a 50?
But they are playing James Madison.
Ohio State down by just 3 at the break. Third quarter.
Oh, but Ohio State was down. Okay.
Madison lead. J.C. Sheldon to McMahon. Look, Ohio State only made 2 3-pointers in this game on 17 attempts, but that was one of them. McMahon had 18.
As far as size, looks like Carolina might match up with them.
Early fourth quarter. Sheldon, 17 points, 9 assists.
But they are number 3, so they're probably taking James Madison at 14 a little bit lightly, but eventually they got it together.
Deficit now, a 12-point Ohio State lead. Taylor Mikesill made 103 of them during the regular season. That's the other.
Yeah, they took advantage of these girls down the stretch.
To finish it off. What a wild game it was. An odd first 10 minutes, and then Ohio State comes roaring.
80 to 66. So with that sets another couple of teams in the bracket right there.
They outscored JMU 58-29 over the final 23 minutes and 20 seconds. Dukes went cold. Ohio State was red hot, and the Buckeyes come away with the win. And with that, welcome to the Sports Center. Max McGee, Kevin Connors, mighty UConn in action as well today. The Max, nothing beats the drama of an 8-9 game.
Hang on here.
We're talking about haymakers between Miami and Oklahoma State. This depended on who was going to be the last one standing at the final buzzer. The Cowgirls have won 4 of 5 against the ACC. Miami has lost 7 of 8 against the Big 12.
All right, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna take Andrew. What's going on? Nothing, man. Just taking doing a little stream on the North Carolina women's, or actually the NCAA women's tournament. A couple of things happened in the men's tournament. I think now there are only 2 ACC teams left, and that is I think Miami and who is it? Miami and
Miami leads by 3. So why fit in when you were born to stand out? Miami
it's in my head. I just can't think of the name of the team. All right, yeah, Duke goes down 52 to 65. Let's see if anything's gonna be played tomorrow. Pitt is who I couldn't think of. Pittsburgh still in it. They're gonna be playing Xavier, who's number 3, Pitt number 11, and then, whoa, this should be a good one right here tomorrow. Miami and Indiana. Miami number 5, Indiana number 4. So, which ACC teams will remain? All right, let's go with the box scores, and then I'll get out of here. Heck, are they gonna let me? They're not gonna let me have the box scores, are they? What about the team stats?
That's just it. That's basketball.
It got the team stats. Let's see, box scores again. Maybe here it is.
It's either you win or you get knocked out. I don't know. Somehow, some way, I don't know how. But I'll just have to find a way to let that feel me and not.
All right, so the Red Storm played a very good game tonight. Very good game. Archer, 6 points. Everett, 17. Bailey, 9 points. Reed had 10 points. Patterson, 13. And Drake, 4. The St. John's Red Storm came all the way back. Carolina, I think, largest lead was 9 points. They came all the way back and took the lead and had the lead. I think their largest lead, we'll take a look at that, I think was 4, maybe even 5 points. The Tar Heels were outscored in the second half in the third quarter, 21-17 and 15-18. So that's by 7 points in the second half. For the Tar Heels, let's see who had the most rebounds. For the most rebounds there was actually Archer. Archer did a good job for St. John's. For North Carolina, Poole had 2 points and 5 rebounds. Man, Carolina's got to get a big that can score, that could do work down there. Todd Williams had 14. Utsby had 13. Deja Kelly, 18 points, kept the Tar Heels in it. Hodgson had 9 points. Off the bench, Paris with 3 and Key with 2. Those were 2 big scores right there at the end of the game for Key and Paris. The top rebounder for North Carolina was Todd Williams, and Carolina was able to hang on. All right, let's look at a few of the stats in the team stats category. Carolina did shoot a better ball, barely there. 3-point shooting, both teams had 6 3-pointers. Free throws, though. Free throws. Carolina playing aggressive defense, but sent St. John's to the line 22 times. They hit 17 of them. I mean, shooting the ball very well till right there at the end, and that pressure just got to, I forgot who was shooting those free throws, but could not knock them down. Went 1 for 3, and basically sealed their own fate right there on the free throw line. That's ironic. Carolina shot 87.5% from the free throw line. Only shot 8 free throws. They hit 7 of them. Rebounding, the Red Storm out-rebounded Carolina. They're going to have to do a better job rebounding against Ohio State. Turnovers, St. John's had 14, Carolina 12. And like I said right there, Carolina's largest lead was 12 points there. All right, with that said, that's how it goes. And once again, I'd like to thank everybody who hung out with me today. Smacks. Hey, man, what's going on, Smacks? He's probably out of here now, but yeah, guys, thank you for everyone that stopped by. There's your score right there. Carolina advances 61-58. This is the women's NCAA tournament. And I'll see you guys next time. Coach Gary's out.